Okay, boss. In continuation to the last class, we've been dealing with calculation views. Now we're trying to look at how do we deal with I step 2. When I say I step 2, look at the requirement. Say I have a calculation view, takes in input parameter 1 or input parameter 2 or input parameter 3 on this. But if I just provide this reporting on this view, yeah. So in continuation to the calculation, we're dealing with this I step 2 concept. But look at this. So I have a calculation view with say 3 or n number of input parameters. If I provide reporting on this view, end user will supposed to provide so many, feed the value for so many input parameters, which may not be acceptable. So what we do is we create more calculation views scripting based, where I just take the input parameter only one, where I take the input from the user. Based on this input parameter in the scripting, I calculate the value for input parameter 2 and input parameter 3. Then I perform a select on the base view by using placeholder. We will pass in the value for all input parameters. Okay. So in this logic, based on this input parameter 1, you can define the value for this logic, define the logic for feeding value parameter 1, 2, and 3, and then call this calculation view, base calculation view, by passing the placeholder and pass the value to this parameters. Look at this case. I have a calculation view where I've defined year to YTD and MTD bus, year to date and month to date values. I've just taken header and partner, and then just took this date, changed date, and then I'm just joining to the address to get the city and address, and I got this aggregation of this amount, and I have this view. But if you see this aggregation node, I have built two restricted columns. Edit. This is YTD. I said gross amount restricted with history created at, sorry, changed at, with two input parameters. One is first day of the year as from, and current date as to. So this will be YTD. Month to date, I'm saying first day of the month as from and current date as to. This will be MTD. So I'm supposed to give all this. Say for example, I give current date as 2012 06, say 15 June. Yeah. First day of the year, I'll give it as 2012 0101. For first day of the month, 2012 0601. So if I provide this view to user, he is supposed to give in all the dates, first day of the year, first day of the month, current date, all this. So I get to see month to date and YTD. But user would not accept to give in all the dates. He just says I would just give in current date. Okay. So this is ZCVTD. What I've done is I've created one more calculation view. It's scripting based. I've taken one input parameter here as IP date. Then I've just written some code to calculate the first day of, see, from the given IP date parameter, I'm taking the year, left of 4, then concatenating 0101, that will give me first day of the year. And same way I take the complete 6 characters, including year and month, concatenate 01, that gives me first day of the month. And then converting it to to date. Then what I'm doing, I'm saying var underscore out is equal to select so and so, so and so. From this calculation view, ZCVTD, I'm writing a select on that column view by passing the placeholder for current date. You remember, I have got 3 parameters here. One is E date, F year, F month. So placeholder C date is equal to LV C date, current date. I pass in all the parameters what I've actually calculated here, LY local variable, Y date, M date and C date, and pass in, and the result sits into var underscore out, which will be outputted. If I run this view, I'm going to give it as 2012, says 0601. So based on this date, the script will calculate the first day of the year and first day of the month and passes to that view. Ultimately, I get to see the month to date and the year to date. So like this, by using scripting based calculation views, you can this scripting based, I'll do reporting on this scripting based calculation. When I do, user is supposed to just give in only one. Even for this, what you can still do is you can say this is not mandatory, right? Make sure it is not mandatory. Then if he is leaving blank, you can fill that with by default as current date also. You can write that logic also. So like this, by using scripting based calculation, you can implement this YTD, MTD and handle this concept of I step, means after the user feeds in a parameter, you would like to derive the value for other parameters, you can handle this kind of scenario with this. Okay. So with this, we are done with the calculation views. Next, we are getting with the privileges.
Sir?
Yeah.
Sir, where we exactly step to other function or whatever is the
What is
concept
it?
here?
Hello? Yeah.
Sir, you said I step 2, right?
Sorry, voice is breaking.
Now, sir?
Yeah, now better. Yeah.
You said I step 2, right? Is it a function or I mean, just a future? I just a bit
So
confused.
actually, they use this terminology in BW.
Okay.
Let's say you have a parameter, you enter some value. Based on this parameter value, you would like to derive value for other parameters in the background. Then they call this concept
Okay.
I step 2. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. It is not, I mean, it is kind
Nothing,
of a
nothing to
purely
do with
script.
HANA. No, nothing to do with HANA. So basic thing is I'm just
Yeah.
showing you how do we use a scripting based calculation and populate all the parameters dynamically instead of user giving.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah.
So in SAP we have side atom as the current date, right? Like that in HANA we have any system defined field?
Yeah, we have current date, current timestamp. Now I showed you functions to bring current date, current time. Yeah.
Okay. If you assign from that, it will automatically pick the current date, right, sir?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Now we're getting into analytical privileges, which is similar to your so next concept is your analytical privileges, which is similar to your analysis authorizations in BW or row level security in BOBus. Yeah. First, I would like to go with static, then see the dynamic one. So this is just a view which just shows me all the data. So it has got data for different regions. You can see this. It's got almost 4 regions and multiple countries, GB, US, all this. Okay. So this view is giving data for multiple countries and multiple regions. So I would like to build an analytical privilege on this view, so that it basically shows data only for particular country. So let's say we take it as DE. Yeah. So the view name is ZCVTDAP. So how do I do this? So select this model, say create new, say analytical privilege. Just give some name. Z create new. I want this privilege to be applied on which view? We can also choose multiple views. I can have this one privilege affecting on multiple views also. Even if not there, now if I say application to all information model, this will apply on every view. Yeah. Or you can select the views on which it has to play. Yeah. The next is you have to specify the value, or you can add some certain other views here also. Okay. Then you can specify the validity of this privilege. Let's say from greater than or equal to, just give from this date is completely valid. Okay. Next, you want the restriction to be applied on which one? Where I'm say where country is equal to D. So I'll say add. I want this privilege to be applied on country. So for what value of country? So assign restrictions here for country. Fixed value equal to which value is it? Say D. So I've created a privilege here. Now once this privilege is created, I would like to create the users and assign this privilege to that user. So how do we create user? Right click, give user. Should I say new user 79, some password, okay. Get to the object privileges. In the object privileges, we basically assign all the catalog objects for which you'll have access to. So minimum, I need to give access to sys, because all your column views should be in sys BI and sys BIC majorly. I would say you'll have select access on each of this. Then my view actually was using a schema called SAP underscore HANA underscore demo. Plus I'm give him access to even this. And I need to give him, see this all content will be in repository, so I need to give him repository access. So So we give him this repository access, repository rest, we should have execute options. Then I'll go to package privilege, control him to see only this package, 9 cubics PK. 9 cubics PK. In the package privilege, we control this package. 9 cubics PK. I give him the main, so he can basically read, edit, and do anything he wants. Can also grant others if required. And when he's trying to see the data into these views, I want this privilege to be applied. What is, see in this tab, analytical privilege, you specify the privilege. ZAP. So this 9 cubics ZAP static D. You assign this. Just say activate. So my user is created. So what I log into the system with that user now. Add system with different user. So let's get in with this user content. See, the content is getting to see only this package alone, 9 cubics PK expand. Get to the calculation. When he tries to see this data, see what is happening? He is getting to see data only for DEVs. Same thing if I try seeing with this user, with the HANA user, the system user, I get to see data for all Argentina, I get to see all the countries. But this user is able to see only for DEMs. Like this, we can use analytical privileges and control the data access at view levels here. And suppose say my requirement is like this. I've got say hundreds of users, and each user will have different country to be associated with. Say like user 1, say country as US, user 2, say country as D. Like this, you'll have n lots of users, and each user should be associated with some set of countries or single country, whatever it is. So in that case, if I go with static privileges, I end up creating hundreds of privileges. I don't do that. I would like to build one privilege which can dynamically understand the user who is logged in, based on that control him for that country. So I would like to build a dynamic analytical privileges which will basically understand the user who is logged in, and based on the user what is logged in, it limit the particular user to see data only for that country dynamically. So in that case, one privilege would do for all the users. So if you go to this privileges here, if you go to privilege here, instead of saying fixed value, I can also use, look at this, I can use the procedure bus. So what I'll do first, let me create a stored procedure which will basically understand the user login and provide the access based on that. Okay. Uh, Now, so first I'm just trying to create a table with just two columns, user and country. Ours is new user 79, right? So I'm saying inserting tables, like if it is new user 79, he must be giving access to US, not go with system. If any another user, let's say HANA user, then he should have access to, let's say, something like DE. I can select this and insert these two records. Okay. So I'm just creating my own table type to just return a single, because this procedure, which is used for dynamic privileges, should return a table type so that it can allow multiple values. Okay. So since I want a table type with a single column of country, I'm just creating a table type country. Then I'm just creating a procedure saying out. I'm saying a temporary table type with this table type. SQL language scripting reads SQL data of begin and end. I'm saying itab country is equal to itab country is a table with assigned with the result set from select country from this table where user is equal to session underscore. Session underscore user is the one, is a system keyword which will give you system user who is actually logged in. This will be my procedure. Now, what are the procedure you created? You must grant the execute authorizations on to sysrepo. Only then, because when it is trying to control, sysrepo is the one who is actually handling the entire modeling content. You should be able to execute this procedure and then control the author. So I should give execute authorizations to that. Done. Now what I'll do, instead of going this with static privilege here, it's all same. Country, validity is all same. But I'm going to say catalog procedure not equal to, it could be multiple of values, right? So I'll say in, what is the procedure name you created? This is my procedure from 9 cubic SQL. Give the procedure name here. So whenever we try to control the authorizations, it will actually execute this procedure, and this procedure would return out a table type with multiple list of countries, and then control the values of the country. So activate. Now let's see this user. When he logs in, previously it was D, right? Now the procedure should give the data for U. See, now is able to see data only from use because it was a session user. When he logs in, you can see data only for US only. So for this session, the user is new user 79. So my procedure is find out with that session user as 79, picks country and returns the country as US. Okay, like this you can go with dynamic privileges also. Next topic, there's something called decision tables.
Hello,
Hello.
sir. Sir, I have one doubt. So you are giving each schema level authorization, right? So all users are created in one particular package. So only one package is available in our system. So if you give access to that package, whatever the in that package, what are the schemas are there, those schemas can be accessible, right?
Yes.
There is no need to, if they,
See,
right?
I can give access to QX, PK, I can give control only for models, only for joints, I can control anything like that. Because
If you not mention any, okay, if you not mention any schema, if you mention only package, can we access all schemas, whatever the under the package?
no.
Okay.
No. If you don't mention anything, you'll not have access to anything.
Okay, so we need to mention all schemas,
Ah,
whatever there in the
yeah.
package, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And for package, if you want to split the views, then it's not that I should give 9 cubics always. I can say 9 cubics PK. I can also control the sub packages also. If I select this one, you'll have access to only the sub package models.
Models.
Yeah. If I give root package, you'll have access to every package.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Next, we have a concept called decision tables.
And we have another type of analytic privilege as well, right? That which has the control on the column view.
Yeah. That we will not do it. That is actually basically done like this. Not have any privilege. We go to new user 79. So I showed you this. Object privilege is the one which is used for controlling on the catalog objects, whether it is column view or anything. Say I want to go with some column view, ZCV. See, I get to see this column views. Some column view. Let's say I want to give this. So I can choose only this column view and say select. So if it is packages, it package privileges. If it is object privilege, this is the catalog object privileges.
Oh.
Sir, for dynamic privileges, you created one table. In that table, we have inserted.
One second, is saying even schema we have passed static values as US. Which schema? Yeah, multiple values. There's nothing. Oh, see, simple. But if this table has got multiple entries, in this table, for new user 79, you can format multiple entries. But provided what you do is, instead of making a primary key for this only user, you have to do a little bit workaround saying like this. We'll set both of them as primary key, user and what country. Now it will allow you to have same user with different countries, multiple 79 US, say new user B. Now, when the session user comes in, it basically picks up two records. Because look at this, it says select countries from this table where session user. If the session user 79, it is going to pick up two countries here. That's it. In the other table, what I used, it was only user was primary key, so I did not maintain multiple entries. Otherwise, we could have maintained it. See, you create your own schema and you're not able to provide authorizations to that. So you have to log in with system user, password as welcome 123. Then you will be able to control that authorizations. Yeah. Okay, boss.
Sir, hello.
Yeah.
Sir, here we are manually inserting the data into table, right? So maybe in real time.
Actually, this is a demo. So I'm inserting table data into the table manually. But if it is in real time, let's see if your source is ECC. Let's say you want to control the authorizations based on the cost center. In the ECC, they'll be assigning the different person to different cost centers. It will be changing automatically in the ECC. So you'll be extracting that information from ECC and load into a table, and based on the table you'll be providing authorizations. As and when there is a change in the source, it reflects changes to my table, and obviously when there is a change in the table, automatically authorizations will change. Okay.
Okay, got it. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. See, this is the concept, and you can apply this concept any way you want. That is what it is. Yeah. Next, we're getting with something called decision tables first. Not so important, but there is a concept. So basically, we can perform two things by using decision tables. One is update, and one is what if analysis, simulate. Say, for example, I have some discounts or something. I just want to evaluate if I increase my discount by 10%, what would be my revenue? I just want to simulate the values and see. Or let's say I have a table with some values. I want to modify. Normally, if you have a table, let's say there is a record in the table, I would like to modify the record in the table. How do you do this? I have a database table and there is a record in the table, and I would like to modify that record. How do you do this? Update statement. Yeah. If I want to update multiple records also, I can do update statement, right? So what SAP has done is, to simplify this updating of data for a non-technical users, you can still use decision tables for updating the tables also. One is updating of data in tables, and one is for simulating and then comparing it. Let's see how it is done. So I'm just creating some table. With order ID, product ID, price, quantity, and discount. I'm just inserting 4 orders. In all the cases, the discounts are zeros. Okay. I'm basically granting, because since I would like to, till now we've been granting select, right? But now I would like to update the entries in this table. I'm granting update also of the schema to sysrep user. Now let's do this. What is the table? Decision. Let it be there here. So get to the packet. Right click on this and say, now what I want, I just want to take some logic and update this discount. If I see 9 cubics SQL, this is my table. So I've got my discounts blank, which is 0 now. I would like to update the discounts. I can write a normal update statement, but for business user, you can go with decision tables. So new, so decision table. Now to create new. So basically, when you go to this decision table here, it says decision table should have at least one condition and one action. So go get back to this foundation. User table. Decision table from 9 cubics. Let's say my requirement is this. I would like to update this table based on the product. If product is P1, I want the discount to be, let's make it simple, 1. Or let's say from the price, I just want to give 10% discount. For P2, I would like to give, say, some, here it is, let's say 2%, then 4, some 6 or some 8%. Yeah. So what you want is, you would like to update the discount. So the action is on the discount. So I would like to update the values for discount based on the product values, right? So select this product, select this discount. There's action and there's a condition. So basically, which field value you would like to update, set that as action, and I would like to update this discount based on the value of product. Add this as condition. So now go to the decision table. Now it shows me a table structure here. Right? Now add all the products. Right click, add conditional value. I want to add all the products. I get P1 and I don't want this default value. So P1, P2, P3, P4, and now you'll have to specify the logic for the discount for each of the product. So when the product is P1, what is the logic you want? You can right click on this and say set dynamic value. If you want to refer to the measures, I would like to say price 10% of the price, right? So if I put double quotes, I'm not able to access the price because I'm not selected in the output. So this, go here, make sure you select price also. Now come back, now right click, set dynamic value. I'll say price, double quotes, the price. I would like to pick 2% from this. Price into, how to calculate 2% of this? Price into 2 divided by 100, is it 2%? No, right?
2 divided by 100.
2 divided by 100. So I'm driving the formula or 0, yeah, good. Let's say all tender. That's it. Next, set dynamic value, price. So I want 4%. So let's say I want 0.5%. This time I would let go some, say 20%. That is it. Now, based on the formula what you define, if I activate, it creates a procedure for you. When I activate this decision table, it actually, if you go to this is big schema. If you go to procedures, I should see a procedure with the naming ZDT underscore updates. Do I see this 9 cubics PK models ZDT update? This is a procedure. I can see the definition of it. It would have written a normal scripting about update statement. Create procedure so and so, language so and so, begin, end, update this table, set discount equal to based on some case statement. When product is P1, so and so, if it is P2, so and so, then it P3, so and so. Normal. They have written an update statement here. Okay, now if you see this table, still it is not reflected. Okay.
So no column views are created for
procedures?
decision tables.
Yeah, what is it?
So no column views are created for decision tables.
Majorly it is important about procedure. But if you simulate, then you'll have. But if you're creating it for simulate, you will have column view. Okay. Now you don't have it, right? But when I create it for simulating, I'll show you next one. When I create it for simulating, then you'll have that. Yeah.
Okay, the one, but once it is activated, we get to have procedure for it, isn't it?
Sorry, what is it? One?
I'm saying, okay, once we have this decision table,
Yeah.
so we can see the procedure at the back end for it.
Exactly, exactly. See, in this decision table, am I modifying, what is my action here? What is my action here? Discount, which is actually a column of a table.
Discount.
Means I am modifying the value of a table, so it will have only procedure only. Okay? I'll show you next example about simulating where it will have a column view. We'll see that. Yeah. Okay.
Sir,
One second.
is the procedure editable?
No, 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 no. Because I said catalog objects cannot be edited, right? So I'll say, I'll just call this procedure, okay? So when I basically call this procedure, it has to update the entries in the table now. See? So, you getting this? Now the discounts are updated because I've run my procedures. I could achieve with normal update statement also. But we can also, for technical users, you can go with decision table. Yeah, tell me, boss. Okay. Next example about simulating. So what if analysis? Very good. Yeah, yeah.
Sir, without going for decision tables, if we create procedure with the same logic, then also we will get the same results, sir.
No problem. No, no problem.
Is it same? Both are same?
Okay. I created my procedure now. I can call this, okay? Additional values, different same. Let's see instead of this. Now you should see the table reflected with more behavior. 0.4, 0. Okay?
Okay, sir. Okay.
You're saying ideally on the front end we need to give the screenshot. For this, what you can do is, see in the decision table I was basically writing all the logic, right? Instead of writing the logic one by one, I can ask the business user to give me a Excel sheet. I can also say import data from Excel also. Okay. So business user can give me the values in the Excel, and I can import that from the Excel. Okay. If you want to know how the formula should be written, you can just say export this data from Excel, so you'll know how it is to be written. See, like this, you can have an Excel built in. So user can give me the logic. I can import this Excel data into decision table also. Okay. Naresh, that's okay? Because you worried on the interface, we can do this. Next, I would like to go with simulating was here. Assume this is the actual discounts what we have given. So if I say price into quantity, will give you amount, and then I can reduce this discount. That gives me amount after discount. Yeah. So I just want to simulate if I increase this discount by, let's say, by 10%, what will be difference in my amounts? Yeah, that's what I wanted to simulate and show. Yeah. So I'll send you. Now this time simulate, so you'll have a column view for this. I take this table. I want all these columns. I don't want to change the discount column. I just want to have one more column with new discounts. I'll say create a new parameter. And I'll set this parameter as action and my product as condition. So I can go and build the view. Set discount.
Discount into 1.2 you just mentioned, sir. If it is 20%.
Yeah.
Discount into 1.2 or something you mentioned.
Instead
of discount.
Some calculation. I'm not worried on numbers.
No. Mali రాయడం ఎందుకని?
Into 1 point.
If it is 12%, mention 1.12.
1.12. Okay. కాపీ కావడంలే.
అందుకనే సార్ మీరు కష్టపడుతున్నారని. ఫస్ట్ డిస్కౌంట్ తీసేయండి సార్, అది 312% డిస్కౌంట్ ఇచ్చినట్టుంటుంది.
అవునా?
నెగిటివ్స్కి వెళ్ళిపోతాయి అన్ని వాల్యూస్. ఫస్ట్ డిస్కౌంట్ ప్లస్ రిమూవ్ చేయాలి సార్.
ఇంక్రిమెంట్ చేయాలి కదా,
అందుకనే 1.10 పెట్టాం.
అట్లంటావా? ఓకే. Okay, if I just activate this, now since I have not modified the column of a table, now for this kind of decision tables, you will have a column ZDT underscore simulate. Now select this column here. So you'll have the normal discount and you'll have the new discount. So price into quantity minus discount will give you the actual amount. Price into quantity minus new discount will be giving you the new amount, and then build a view. So can I use this column view and build a calculation view, boss? Yeah. Minus loki వెళ్ళిపోతుంది ఊరిలో ఎట్లా. Sorry. మైనస్ అయిపోయినా పర్లేదు. So you'll have actual amount and you'll have the simulate amount, and you just basically have a comparison on this. So this is like simulation with decision table. Two things you can do. One is simulate and one is update. And then we are done with this modeling part. We have to start with the data provisioning push. So when you say data provisioning, we go deal with how to extract data from different source into HANA. Yeah. So you can understand that as an extraction part. So as part of data provisioning, we go deal with what are the different concepts or procedures or mechanisms or options available to get data from different heterogeneous sources, whether it is SAP or non-SAP. How do we bring data into HANA bus? We'll have different options like importing from flat files or SLT, SLT or DXC or BODS, smart data access, smart data quality. All these are options. We'll get through one by one. So let's focus on SLT tomorrow. So how do we replicate data? So SLT will help you to extract data in real time. So tomorrow we'll focus on using SLT. How do we replicate data into HANA from different, so whether it is SAP or non-SAP, how do you replicate those? Okay. So for now I'm stopping it here for today. So from tomorrow we'll get on with data provisioning.
Sir, 1 minute please. This analytical privileges, I was thinking this, when we create analytic privilege, so shall we go for analytic privilege or shall we go for SQL?
Analytical privilege.
Because when we are creating,
When you're creating
it is
analytical privilege.
always we will go with analytical.
Yeah. When you create analytical privileges, you should make sure the view is enabled for this property. Analytic privileges. Otherwise, no. If you want to control security on catalog objects, then this will be the one. Okay.
Okay.
It is generally analytical privileges. See, as a modeler, we will create analytical privileges assigned to different users by the admin people, but we would get involved in creating those procedures and creating the dynamic privilege for them. Yeah. Manual entry.
If we create
Manual entry, let them give. See, it will be in the Excel. Let them give the manual entry, and then from Excel we'll import and update this. He's asking about different question. What is the difference in creating decision table? Maybe I missed to see it. See, only thing is, if I use the column of a table as an action, then you're updating. If I'm using a parameter and using that as an action, then I'm only simulating. I'm not editing. I'm not modifying any of the table entries here. Decision tables are majorly for update for end users, but end users do not create the decision table. They just give an Excel sheet with all the list of values. Instead of you entering update table one by one, you can just import that Excel sheet and create a decision table and do that. How come for one column is created, for other column is not created? How come means? Because the intention is different. When you basically updating, it is creating a procedure, and when you're just basically simulating, it is not creating any, because you don't have to modify anything. It is just giving you the column views, projected column view. Can we provide more than one action and decisions? More than one conditions is fine. One action, but for every combination you have to go. It will basically become more like a cross tab, and once you get disconnected, I'm just trying to wait for. Yes, you can basically have multiple actions and multiple decisions. But when you have multiple decisions, you have to basically, for every combination, you have to specify the logic. Okay. Okay. That is it. Okay, boss. And I can give multiple actions also. This is column view. If you do that way, you get multiple columns. You have to specify combinations. Say for P1, for order ID 1, I want this logic for each of this. Like this, you have to go with. Yeah. Okay. Okay, boss. So we'll stop with. Okay. So tomorrow we'll get into data provisioning for SLT. So what you do is before you come tomorrow, just try to get into YouTube and see the. I think there's 1-2 videos on the SLT. Just go through that and come. So it will be easy for you. Okay. Look at the SLT videos in HANA Academy or YouTube. Just before the class, come in, so it will be easy for you for tomorrow. Okay. Thank you.